Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy Allan.P. Welcome back to reacting to videos in the streets. I know I've been gone for a while and it's been quite hectic, and maybe I'll do a video for next time about that. But today we will be reacting to a video made by Jon McCray. The video is about Rampage Jackson and Raja Jackson. Rampage Jackson is a professional fighter. I think he acted as well. I think he was Mr. T in the A-Team. And the video we will be reacting to is about the recent incidents that took place with Raja Jackson fighting this guy, this wrestler. And when they fought, Raja might have done too much. He did too much. Raja beat the crap out of that guy. The guy ended up in hospital. The guy was unconscious. And the video we will be reacting to is Jon McCray's take on the whole situation, about the role that the father had to play. Jon McCray is a YouTuber, an apologist. He has a channel on YouTube that focuses on defending the faith, just standing up for Christianity. And the dude is a scholar of the word. He is one of the people that I trust online with sound commentary on Christian issues or culture issues altogether. So we will be reacting from the 2-minute 46-second mark. Without any waste of time, let us react.
But it is true that Raja is a grown man that has to take responsibility for his own actions. But the reason why Rampage's accountability matters here is because it isn't new. As we saw in our last video on this topic, he spent several years putting his son down, embarrassing him, and emasculating him. And despite Raja clearly wanting nothing more than his dad's acceptance, Rampage would continue to say things that were framed as jokes, but always has some truth behind them.
My son's a vegan because he's a...
Why hasn't he fought in 2 years?
Because Roger's a vegan. And
what's your problem with the vegan stuff?
Because I don't think you should be a fighter and a vegan. I just don't believe a vegan that has to cut a lot of weight should be a fighter. I don't care if Roger ever fight again. As soon as I find he's vegan, I don't care if he ever fight again.
Jon Jackson is gonna be the son that I always wanted. He's gonna be a meat eater and a lover. And he's gonna
Man, so sad to watch this. It puts into perspective like the roles that we play as dads and everything that we say to our kids. And with that being said, let's just carry on. I just want to finish it and then I'll talk after.
He's gonna be the epitome of me. Something that you ain't.
Now, this happened over and over for years, and even now, Rampage still can't help but to belittle Raja.
Yeah, my son took it too far. He was wrong, and I don't condone what my son did. Not only that, like honestly, if my son didn't have a concussion, I would have whooped his ass when he got home. It would have been. I would have fought Raja for doing this shit.
Is there anything?
I don't play that. Raja's a fuck up. He fuck up everything.
Even in an Instagram post where he claims to be defending Raja, he talks about how Raja isn't as smart as he would like for Raja to be. And the mocking, the belittling, and the constant need to remind Raja that he wasn't enough, that kind of shame doesn't just disappear, it festers.
Why you stepping on my shoe?
Oh, look, I forgot to tie my shoe good. Can you help me out with that?
They like they do from Fat Avenue. Yuck mouth from Fat Avenue.
Psychologists call it the shame rage cycle, where years of humiliation build up until the person finally explodes. We already saw how rage leads to shame in the last.
So yeah, that's that. That was sad to watch. Shout out to Jon McCray for such a great take and a great video. Go watch the full clip. As always, I'll link the full video in the description below. Man, what we just witnessed is one of the saddest things I've ever seen in my life. And it just puts things in perspective. So just a little backstory again. Raja Jackson was going to fight this wrestler guy. I forgot his name. I don't know his name. I'll put his name here. And wrestling is not real fighting. Wrestling is like, yes, it's very athletic. It needs you to be very athletic, but it's not real fighting. However, Raja Jackson was streaming that day just before the fight. And he said in the chat, guys, do you want me to hit him for real? Do you want me to hit him for real? And cut the long story short, Raja hit him for real. And the wrestler then lost consciousness and then was taken to the hospital. And then Raja began spiraling, and he was still under a lot of adrenaline, I assume. So when he was outside, he was saying, this guy keeps calling me the B word. I'm not a B word. Stop calling me a B word. I'm not a B word, blah, 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 blah. And the wrestler never called him that. It was actually the dad in the videos, in the clip that we just watched, that used to call him that. And this just shows that, if you watch the full clip of like Jon McCray's video, he touches on the fact that Raja hasn't been the same since his mom died. And you'd find that the boy has always been looking for somebody to just walk with him in this time of grief. And as we saw in the clip, that is not what Raja Jackson got. However, he got some sort of parenting, but this parenting wasn't the best. I believe, along with Jon McCray, that the dad's parenting is what ultimately led to Raja crashing out. Crashing out is an understatement. To Raja doing that foolish act of beating up that guy for real. Now, Raja is a grown man. He is not a child. Raja has to face the consequences for his actions. However, the role that the dad played is significant. Now, in this video, in this particular video, so Jon McCray did, I think, 2 or 3 videos about this situation. In the first video, he highlights that the dad played a role in Raja finally spiraling and Raja finally committing this heinous act, right? And then in the second video that he touches on, we see Rampage blaming everybody else.
It's to keep growing worse and worse as Rampage continues to blame everyone but himself.
Everybody was stupid in it. The whole thing was stupid. Everybody was wrong, but none of this shit ever would have happened. The Psycho Stu never hit my son, and the promoters was wrong. Everybody's wrong. The dumbest thing I ever seen.
He never once admitted that he, as a father, might have contributed to this moment and how he treated Raja his entire life.
But all this blame game that he was playing, he was not part of that game. He did not blame himself at all throughout the blame game, throughout him blaming other people. And this led to me making this video, that how we raise our kids, especially our sons, matters. Guys, if you have kids, if you have sons, if you have daughters, if you are a father, if you decided that I'm going to perform this act and make children, this is for you. How you raise your kids matters. How you do these things, how you speak to your kids, how you reprimand your kids, how you discipline your kids, how you raise your kids will determine the type of people your kids become when they grow older. That is a fact. That is the way of life. How we raise our kids will determine the type of adults they will be when they grow up. So if you always shout at your kids, now me, I'm a yeller. Like, I come from a loud family. My mom, loud. I think my dad is the least loud one in our family. But when we meet, you'd think we are fighting. We are just loud. And how I was raised, and I'm not putting my dad on blast, but how I was raised, my dad disciplined us. My dad, look, my mom and dad disciplined us, but my dad disciplined us. Love that guy till this day. That's that guy. Shout out to my dad. But that guy beat the crap out of us. Like, that guy disciplined us. And my dad used to shout at us. And now I find myself shouting at my kids as well. Even for the smallest things, I just shout and I shout and I shout. Now, I came to realize that there needs to be a balance, right? Yelling is not wrong. I don't think yelling is wrong. If you think it's wrong, put it in the comments. Let's have a conversation. But I don't think yelling is wrong. What my wife made me realize is that you do not have to yell about everything. And not every situation requires you to have an approach of yelling. Some situations need you to just take your boy or girl, sit them down and have a normal human conversation, because he is not an animal. He's a person. And I just started learning that type of parenting lately. But one thing I can tell you for sure is that my dad loved me. My dad still loves me. My dad cares about me. He might have not said it as much, but with his actions, I could see that, okay, I know why this guy is out to get me. Because as a kid, I was a lot, bro. I used to bunk school. I mean, my grade 5, I don't know how I passed grade 5. I bunked 70% of that year. 70% of that year I spent at home. All right. I would eat the transport money, the one we were supposed to give the bus, the bus driver. We would eat it, and then I would bath, pretend as if I'm going to school, and then after my mom caught her transport, I would stay home. I used to do a lot of things. I used to steal money. I'll talk about that on another video. So the discipline was well deserved. You know, I deserved that discipline. Now, so that's how my dad raised us. My dad raised us like not very militant, but there were some aspects of that, and he was very strict and is still very strict. I'm still scared of my dad, bro. Like, I could never call my dad by his name, even though I'm older, I have kids of my own, I have my wife, but my wife knows that if I'm like, the day I start messing around, God forbid, she knows who to call. She knows who will put me in check. What I'm saying is that there needs to be a balance. I'm not saying don't shout at your kids. I'm not saying don't yell at your kids, but you can't do that all the time. If all your kids hear is how horrible they are and how weak they are and how they won't amount to nothing, what do you think is going to happen? How do you think they're going to turn out? By you telling them, oh my God, you're such a B word. Oh man, you're so weak and you want to be a fighter. Or like my son is a creative. Oh, you want to be a graphic designer when you grow up. Designing like that? Nah, dog. You don't eat your vegetables and you think you want to be the best player in the world? He's probably, look, I'm not sitting here judging Rampage Jackson. I probably am judging him, but I'm not. But I probably am judging him, but I'm not. He's probably thinking that he's giving his son tough love. And he probably didn't get that love from his parents. He probably was raised in a similar manner that he's raising his kids. Or he probably never had somebody to raise him in a positive way. And what he's doing, he's convinced that what he is doing is right, even in the midst of what his son is going through. As a matter of fact, in the video that Jon McCray did, the one that we just reacted to, the dad doesn't know his son's whereabouts. Rampage doesn't know where Raja was or is. He doesn't know, and he doesn't care. He doesn't seem to care. And he's thinking, this love is what my son needs. This tough love is what my son needs. That's not tough love. Tough love is something different to what Rampage is doing. Your son is going through the toughest time. I don't know if you'll get to watch this. You probably won't. That's fine. But whoever is watching this, maybe you are Rampage or you are like Rampage. If your son is going through something like this, yes, he messed up. Yes, he did a mistake. But if any of your kids did something this massive, this is when they need you the most. The Bible says in Proverbs 22:6, it says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. How you train up your kids matters. How you raise your kids matters. So how will they know integrity if you never raise them in an integral manner? How will they know respect if you never raise them in a respectful manner? At the end of the day, the kids that you are raising are the adults of tomorrow. And you are creating a ripple effect if you're raising them in a negative way. Because guess what? Chances of them raising their kids in a negative way are very high. I'm not standing here as a perfect man. I'm learning along the way. Maybe you are like me. Man, join me in this learning journey that I am on. The way I'm raising my kids now, I'm trying to not shout as much. I fail sometimes, and then I call myself out in front of them and I apologize. I'm like, oh, my boy, I'm sorry for shouting at you for that. But please don't do that. It's annoying me. You see what I'm saying? So we don't have to do what our parents did, and we can learn from other people. So if you are like a Rampage, or if you are Rampage, start listening to those around you. Start listening to those that are talking, and try to understand that they want the best for your kid as much as you do. With that being said, thank you for coming to this video. I hope that it spoke to you. I hope that it blessed you. And if you liked it, please leave a like, or just like the video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. The goal is 500 subscribers. And then when we get there, then we'll start thinking about 1,000. Please hit the bell so that you don't please hit the bell so that you don't miss any video that I upload. Thank you for watching. I said that already, and I'll catch you on the next one.